here on the backside. You're burning the candle on both ends, just like our friend here, Joe Kristufek, who is the Churchill Downs racing analyst. Okay, this is the guy you need to listen to if you have some questions still, because this is your job. I mean, you get paid to do this, so.
I start handicapping and looking at horses for the Kentucky Derby in September. And then you do so much work and do so much analyzing of the horses that are going to be running, and then in 2 minutes, it's all over.
Right. Yeah. So all that hard work over in 2 minutes.
That's
and then
the way it goes. It's the life I've chosen. Yeah,
right.
But it's exciting. And, you start to feel the buzz really starting to pick up, once we start to get into Sunday and Monday with the TV crews out here, and just looking forward to getting to the race. By the time Saturday comes around, I'm actually, I've had enough about talking about the Derby. It's like, run the race already,
Right. Well, I always love listening to you. You have such good insight. So let's talk about some of the horses. Let's start off with the favorite right now, Journalism. Oh my goodness, how lucky did that team get drawing post 8? I mean, you can't be in a better position, right?
That's the way it looks on paper, but you never know what's going to happen coming out of the starting gate, right? He can get an equine sandwich with horses from his outside to inside, but all things considered, his running style is going to put him, you would think, in the second flight of horses behind a lot of horses that want to go towards the lead. He overcame adversity in the Santa Anita Derby. You look at him, he's a physical specimen. He's been training great here at Churchill. Just seems to be a special racehorse, but the best horse in the race doesn't always win the Kentucky Derby, Shannon and Olivia, and this is a betting game. So I like to bet.
Right.
I'm going to be looking for a horse that's going to be a better price than him. Utmost respect for Journalism, and I'll be using him on all of my tickets, and he is the horse to beat, but there are 19 other horses in the race.
Right. Okay, so should we talk about Burnham Square?
Yes, I know, because Brian Hernandez Jr., can he go back to back?
It was a great story when he won his first Derby last year, and I think, when you win your first Derby, you've got that on your resume already, so there's no pressure on him in this year's race. He's got a horse that if you put him up against Journalism, you'd be like, no way Burnham Square can beat that horse. He's just not nearly as physically imposing, but this is a horse that is absolutely flourishing right now. Ian Wilkes, the trainer, said he can't get to the bottom of him, which means he should have no trouble getting the 1.25 miles. He won the Bluegrass in his most recent start at Keeneland and was absolutely relentless to get up in the final stride. So if he's going to be upwards of 10 or 12 to 1, I'm very interested in making a bet on Burnham Square.
I'm hearing Burnham Square. So many people are talking about Burnham Square on the backside here, and that will be breaking from right next to Journalism in post 9. Okay, if you want to make some money, long shot here.
Yeah, so Final Gambit, a gambit is a calculated risk, right? So the connections are taking a calculated risk by running him in the Kentucky Derby, because this is a horse that's been running at Turfway Park. They've got a synthetic racetrack there, the kind of horse that you would think would be better on a synthetic track or a turf track. But he's been training really well here at Churchill. He's got a huge turn of foot. He's going to be one of those horses that's closing from the back of the pack. And I think this year's Derby will have a fast pace. So he's going to be upwards of 20 or 30 to 1. I think Final Gambit might be checkmate for the rest of the field down the stretch. And if that happens, we're going to get paid.
Yeah. Yes, we all want to get paid.
Yeah.
Yes, right. I trust your word here.
All right, Joe, now you're heading off to the first of many events throughout your day, so.
Yeah, I'm on your guys' schedule now. Right. Woke up at 2:30 in the morning. I got the Kentucky Derby morning workout show, and then I've got live racing today, 5:00 Tuesday, a seminar tonight, not to mention everything that happens in between. So it's that time of year.
Right.
It's not my first rodeo.
You'll get a Red Bull.
Yes.
And a coffee.
Caffeine is key this time of year, for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us.
Great to be here. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Joe.
And if you want to check out some of those Derby horses, you can do that early in the morning for Dawn at the Downs. You can check that out at 6:45 in the morning.